You can also adjust some things, again, like the scale, like the position of your logo. I think it does really make sense to change much about it because it's going to be auto-aligned right from the start. Then you again have a checkbox for tint logo. If I deactivate that, then it's going to be in the original color. Here, nothing is going to change because it is already yellow. But for example, if I have the Adidas logo again, it's going to be white. While if I click on the checkbox, it's going to be tinted. And then here you can adjust that tinted color, for example, to gray, then it's gray. Again, here you have other color settings like the backgrounds, the icon colors, which is just going to influence the different icons, the box colors of the icons, and also the text color as well. So you can really adjust it to your own corporate identity and it's going to match your brand. So I'm just going to undo it and go back to the default. The next thing that you're going to do after adding your logo and adjusting the colors is you're going to adjust the different texts on the bottom. So you have left text and icon, you have a middle text and icon, and you have a right text and icon, which are those three. You can just open that one as well. And here again, you're going to have the icon selection. You can just select one of the different icons that we provide, or you can just add your own file again. And yeah, basically here, you're just going to drag and drop your file onto it again, and then it's the same. Again, you have the icon size to adjust how big your icon is going to be. Then you can adjust the text, like now it's going to be YouTube. So YouTube would be Niklas Christl. For me, for example, you can again change the font, change the fork styles, change the size as well. And yeah, you can either change the size or you can change the overall scale of the icon and the text. And yeah, with that, you can really achieve all sorts of different options, like all sorts of different sizes that you want to have. If you want to have everything a little bit smaller, just do it like this. You can also change the position as well. And yeah, in this way, you can really tweak it to your liking, I would say. Also, I'm going to undo that again, fill out those different things for the different text, and then you have your end card. In the settings, you also have the option to only show the logo. If you don't want to add any of your social media handles, you can also do that. So you're just going to have the animation with the logo itself. These were basically all of the different text graphics that are included in the pack. I think there's like a super huge variety when it comes to the different use cases, and I think it is also super important to have that variety in the use cases, because only then it really makes sense to use text graphics pack like this. Because if you always have to search, for example, for a timer or for an end card, and they all look different, then there's not really any value in it, because obviously you want to have a consistent style throughout all of your videos, and that's exactly what I offer with these text graphics. One thing I want to mention again is that you turn on your motion blur checkbox as soon as you did all of your different settings, because it's going to look a whole lot better if you have that natural motion blur in all of your animations. But as I said, it drains performance, so do all of your settings and then just come back here, activate that checkbox, and then render your video. One last thing I would like to show you is how to save your custom adjustments that you made to the motion graphic template, so that you don't have to redo all of the settings that you change for your own corporate identity over and over again. Let's just say, for example, we want to use a YouTube icon, want to use some different colors. Let's pick red and white. And we make a couple of different adjustments to it. You can always copy that motion graphics template and paste it again, and you're going to have the same adjustments already in the timeline. If we want to just save a lot of different settings, like for example, here I have a version where I adjusted a lot of different things, the colors, the round corners, the font, and so on. If we always want to have that same motion graphics template, there are basically two options to do that. The first one is within Premiere Pro, and for that, you're basically just going to create a new sequence. So here I have the 4K sequence, which is the one we're in right now. You're just going to right click and duplicate that one, and then you're going to go into your new sequence, and here you're just going to delete everything else except for the motion graphics template that you want to have in there. So here I would just have the default settings that I want to use all the time. I have a new sequence for it. I would just rename it graphics underscore lower thirds custom. And then you can just save all the different custom settings that you want to have with your text graphics in those different sequences. And then, for example, I also have a new folder here, which is called text templates. You can just drag and drop it in here. And here you would just have all the different presets that you already have for those text graphics. Obviously, you would then just save that project as an overall project template that you're going to use over and over again. And then you already have those text templates already down here and all the different sequences. You can just just come in here, you can just copy those, and then you can just bring those into your main timeline, and then you can go from there and you don't have to redo all of the different settings. And the second option to save your custom adjustments is to change the actual motion graphics template in After Effects. So you're just going to open up After Effects, you're going to come up here to Open Project, then you're just going to navigate to the motion graphics template that you want to change. In my case, would be the lower third, 2 lines plus 1 icon. And then you'd just have to extract that motion graphics template to another location. So for me, I'm just going to extract it to my downloads, hit extract, and then it is just going to create a folder which basically has the name of the motion graphics template, the After Effects project, and also the footage which is included. Like for example, that placeholder and all the different icons. So if you go here in After Effects, then you're going to see this is the whole project. This is where we developed all of the different motion graphic templates. I don't really want you to change anything in the motion graphics themselves, but in the essential graphics panel. If you don't see that panel, you're just going to click on the timeline, right click on the timeline and hit open in essential graphics. Then you're going to see that panel, and that is basically the same that you also see in Premiere Pro. You can adjust all sorts of different things, like you can select the icon you want to have, the icon size, the colors, like let's pick white and black. And also the fonts. You can just do all of your custom adjustments in here. And as soon as you're done, you're just going to collapse all the different menu openers that you want to have collapsed, because it is going to be exactly how you have it in here. If this one is open, it's also going to be open in Premiere Pro. So you're just going to do all of your custom adjustments. You can adjust the name up here as well if you want to change it. I'm going to call it the same, but just add custom at the end. And then you're going to come down to export motion graphics template. It basically just asks you that the project needs to be saved first. You're just going to hit save, and then it brings up this small window here, and this is where you export the motion graphics template. So you're just going to click on browse, you select the location where you want to export it to, you hit save. You can just leave all of those checkboxes checked, and then you're just going to hit OK. Then it's going to verify the fonts. Sometimes it just warns you that the following font was not synced from Adobe. You don't really have to care too much about it. You just press OK, and then it's going to be saved, and the font will still be available in Premiere Pro, except you use your own custom font. But if it is installed on your system, it should also work the same way. This is basically everything you need to know about my text motion graphics. I know that this tutorial was quite long and there was a lot of information, but I just really wanted to show you in depth how to use and to adjust all of the different settings. And yeah, trust me, as soon as you use those text graphics yourself, it's going to be very, very easy, because they are completely responsive, and also the overall structure is the same with all of the different motion graphic templates. And yeah, as you see, there's a huge variety of the different showcases. I really think that this pack is, yeah, one of a kind. If you still do have questions, make sure to head over to the FAQ in my online shop. I'm going to answer the most asked questions in there. And then from here on, I just wish you a lot of fun and a lot of success when it comes to using my text motion graphics pack.